Coming up on This Week in Torrance, we'll take you inside Torrance Memorial Medical Center's newest state-of-the-art pediatric and young adult pavilion. And a group of students were recognized at the recent City Council meeting. We'll tell you why. Then the mayor of Torrance turns on Wilson Park's new splash pad for the first time. We'll take you there. Plus, a local family shows off their love for the Dodgers. We'll tell you how. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun Ben McCain has the week off. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. The wait is over as Wilson Park's newest addition is now open to the public.
One!
Mayor Patrick Fury had the honors of turning on the new splash pad at Wilson Park for the first time during its dedication ceremony, and the first group of kids sure made a splash. The pad was built where a closed-down pond used to be. City staff says it will recirculate water, and the underground large tank is where the water goes back to. Once it is activated, it has 4 one-minute cycles before it stops. Community Services Director John Jones says the water goes through a thorough cleaning process. New bathrooms were also added, along with a new exercise zone for adults.
It's important that citizens or residents have healthy eating habits and healthy exercise habits and healthy living habits, because our senior population is the fastest growing population demographic in the city of Torrance. And we want to find ways for our seniors to have healthy activities in a park that is important to the community.
You can get the full story next week and hear from families who were there. Reporter Jesse Pierre will have that story. The Torrance Police Department is getting financial support to ensure our roads, drivers, and pedestrians are kept safe. Recently, the department was awarded a $225,000 grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety for a year-long enforcement and public awareness program. The grant money will assist in educating the public on safe roadway habits and deter people from violating traffic laws or practicing other unsafe behaviors that could lead to injuries and fatalities. Few of the enforcements that will be funded in 2019 include DUI checkpoint patrols at intersections with increased incidents, and traffic safety education presentations for youth and community members. Officials say pedestrian deaths are increasing on California roadways. Camino College is partnering up with other institutions to ensure students have the opportunity to get a degree in one of the fastest growing fields. Camino College, along with 2 California State University campuses and a Northern California Community College, will implement a 4-year computer science bachelor's degree pathway from the community college to the university level. Now, this is possible thanks to a recent grant of $5 million from the National Science Foundation. The new initiative will help with the shortage of educated computer scientists. The grant program will fund 240 scholarships for students pursuing a degree in this field. For more information on El Camino College's computer science program, go to elcamino.edu. A local group of students returned from a once-in-a-lifetime trip across the globe. North Torrance High School students were recognized by the Torrance City Council for their service in the Peruvian Amazon. They participated in the Pacern Family Foundation's Global Sustainability Project that provides meaningful services to the environment while performing extensive research. Scholarships were offered to 10 students, a teacher, and a scientist. For 11 days, they worked with indigenous people in the Peruvian Amazon with biologists monitoring wildlife. They helped collect samples from the rainforest and analyze the data. The students even built an outdoor amphitheater for community education.
The foundation could not have chosen a better group of students. I feel so lucky and so proud to have been part of that group.
The students first collectively spent 400 hours working at the Madrona Marsh on a local project before getting the chance to go to the Amazon. Well, as Dodgers play in the World Series once again, many Angelinos are showing off their Los Angeles pride. And one Torrance family is making it clear which team they're rooting for. Dan and Noreen Thomas have been married for 25 years, and one thing they've always agreed on is their love for the Dodgers. Noreen says the Dodgers have always been a part of her life, and with some persuasion was able to get husband on her side. And in honor of the men in blue, after winning the National League Championship Series, Dan surprised his wife with a special tribute.
My wife Noreen's a huge Dodger fan, and I was mowing the lawn and realized, it would fit there and decided to just go for it. But my wife really takes the cake. She's the crazy Dodger lady, as she's known as.
He posted it on Facebook, so I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, wow! So when I came home, it was very cool to see.
Dan says it took him less than an hour to mow the iconic LA symbol on the front lawn. How very cool. His wife hopes it brings the Dodgers good luck as they compete in the World Series. Next week, we will learn more about the couple's love for the Dodgers on Newsbreak Live. Well, the Torrance Salvation Army is looking for volunteers to help during the holiday season as their largest fundraising campaign gears up. The Torrance Salvation Army team launched a new webpage for interested volunteers to submit their applications and participate in the Red Kettle campaign, which kicks off on November 23rd. This year, local businesses and organizations are able to adopt a kettle and sponsor a kettle location, and in return, the business would be recognized on the kettle or on a sign. Now, in 2017, the campaign raised more than $144 million. It provides toys for kids, clothes for the homeless, food, and countless social service programs year-round. More than 25,000 volunteers throughout the country are expected to ring those bells and ask for donations. To sign up, go to torrancecorps.org/redkettle. Well, it's still ahead. The Torrance South Bay YMCA celebrates their volunteers. Plus, cancer survivors and their four-legged friends come together to raise awareness. We'll be back in just a minute.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The Torrance South Bay YMCA recognized volunteers who have gone above and beyond their call of duty to make the organization's work and programs possible. The organization hosted their 72nd annual celebration and awards dinner at the Torrance Marriott South Bay. More than 1,600 volunteers dedicate their time and talents to help the South Bay YMCA provide high-level services to the community. They completed more than 4,200 volunteer hours this year alone, and this ceremony is hosted annually to thank them. Some of the featured awards include the Family of the Year, Good Neighbor Award, Program Service, and Service Above Self Award, to name a few.
The YMCA is so much more than a swim and gym. We're out in the community, right? We are. We're out in the community doing youth and government. We're doing senior nutrition and socialization programs and meal delivery, delivering pet food even. I mean, so many things, adventure guides, summer camps, childcare. I'm very proud and honored to be associated with this great organization and this great movement. And I know that all of you are as well.
This year, the South Bay YMCA had many accomplishments to share. They welcomed 1,600 new members, engaged 1,100 kids in before and after school STEM enrichment programs, and provided over $1.5 million in financial assistance and program subsidies. The South Bay YMCA is one of the largest branches in the nation and serves about 33,000 people throughout the South Bay. They are located at 2900 Sepulveda Boulevard. Pet owners and their canine best friends came out to Wilson Park to honor cancer survivors and raise awareness. Torrance CitiCable's Canine Corner was there, and host Rhiannon Trutanich tells us all about it.
Canines and their companions came together at Wilson Park in Torrance for a day of fun and to support a great cause, one step and paw print at a time.
What I always say is if you like Relay for Life, you will really love Bark for Life.
This year's Bark for Life raised over $6,000 for the American Cancer Society. Bark for Life is part of the Torrance Relay for Life and gives people a chance to give back with their canine companion.
Today we're at our Bark for Life. It's an event we started for our dogs because so many people would like to bring their dogs to Relay for Life.
The event kicked off with opening ceremonies before a survivor's lap around the park. In addition to walking, pups and their parents could participate in different games, including a costume contest and peanut butter eating contest.
Well, Bark for Life is a great event. It gives an opportunity to be outside in our park with people, like-minded people who like pets and hate cancer.
Hounds and their humans got the chance to meet local businesses at the event. They could even get a temporary paint design on their pup from one of the vendors.
So we had a little spray paint action done. We got a nice little kitty cat and a orange skull on him for, the Halloween festivities, and we're just having a blast.
And Bark for Life keeps people coming back year after year to support a great cause and spend a Sunday afternoon with their pup.
It's great. I feel like it just gets better every year. There's always more vendors and more fun things to do, like the spray paint. That's new. Never been here before, so we just love it. It's a great time to join the community with all of our animals.
Our Canine Corner team was the top fundraising team at the event, and that money funds cancer research and programs for patients and their families. The event brings together all those affected by cancer.
I have a sister that is just cancer survivor, so we wanted to come out and support the cause. And then I just thought it'd be a nice time for Addie to meet other dogs and, to socialize her more. So that'd be a great time.
And through all of the fun, everyone was focused on the message of the event.
I am a 17-year breast cancer survivor, so I can tell you firsthand, just the community itself having the support is a wonderful thing.
The event not only raises money for cancer research, but also promotes awareness about the work the American Cancer Society does.
The American Cancer Society provides lots of services, rides if you can't, you make it to your chemo appointments. You can get a wig if you can't afford a wig. There are a lot of services.
And canines and their companions will continue coming together for the cause. For City Cable, I'm Rhiannon Trutanich.
Thanks, Rhiannon. You can catch more Canine Corner on Torrance City Cable every day at noon and 8 p.m. And be sure to save the date for Torrance's Relay for Life event happening on April 27th and 28th, 2019. Now, for more information, you can go to relayforlife.org/TorranceCA. A group of third graders and Torrance police officers are working together to spread awareness about a local charity. 15 third graders dressed in costume for a special Halloween bash, but the affair was about more than just games, candy, and costumes. The group is spreading awareness on a local organization called Family Promise of the South Bay, and they enlisted the help of 2 Torrance police officers and a canine. The nonprofit helps homeless and low-income families throughout the South Bay community. During the event, the officers also took the time to educate the kids on safety practices for trick-or-treating during this Halloween season. Family Promise is located at 2930 El Dorado Street. Well, motorcycles lined up at the Torrance American Honda campus to ride for a worthy cause. The Ride for Kids Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation hosted the event at Honda as they are a presenting sponsor. Torrance Fire and other community members came out to support the mission of eliminating the challenges of childhood brain tumors by funding medical research and family support. This year, there were 27 riders from coast to coast, with the Los Angeles Ride for Kids ending at American Honda's headquarters in Torrance. The foundation is the world's leading nonprofit dedicated to the childhood brain tumor community. They serve more than 28,000 children and teens in the United States. The Ride for Kids celebrates 35 years and was started in 1984 after motorcycle enthusiasts came together to help a young girl and her family who had a brain tumor and at 5 months old underwent total brain radiation. Now, the ride at Honda raised more than $61,000. A highly anticipated event was a huge success once again. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual Business Expo and Showcase at the Torrance Marriott. More than 100 businesses came together to show off what they have to offer to the community. And what a turnout it was. More than 500 Torrance residents, business professionals, and community leaders walked the expo. The theme this year was Surf's Up, and people sure came dressed the part with their brightest Hawaiian-themed shirts. Local eateries were also offering free samples. Few of the businesses included Destination Art, Fox Drug of Torrance, Stonefire Grill, King's Hawaiian, Red Car Brewery, and Zymergy Brew Works and Tasting Room, to name a few. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce came up with this event as a networking opportunity. Now, to stay up to date with future events, go to torrancechamber.com. A fast food chain is testing out a popular comfort food item on their menu. Chick-fil-A is now offering mac and cheese at 6 of their locations. The test is a side item and is not being served in California just yet. The company hopes to make it a permanent menu item. Many customers in cities participating reported positive feedback. Currently, Chick-fil-A is only serving this in restaurants in parts of Maryland and North Carolina, and in cities Houston, San Antonio, and Phoenix. The American Red Cross is saving lives one smoke alarm at a time. The organization thanks thousands of volunteers who made their recent Sound the Alarm campaign a huge success. They were able to install 100,000 free smoke alarms in at-risk communities across more than 100 cities. 31,300 volunteers registered to be part of the installation and home visits. Officials from the Red Cross said that every day 7 people die in home fires, mainly because of the lack of working smoke alarms. During the campaign, volunteers partnered with fire departments and canvassed at-risk neighborhoods, installing and replacing batteries in existing alarms. They also provided fire prevention and safety education. Now, if you want your smoke alarm checked or replaced, you can contact the Torrance Fire Department as well. For more information, go to redcross.org. A new state-of-the-art facility will bring one-of-a-kind care and services to Torrance Memorial Medical Center. Patients and hospital staff celebrated the opening of the new Pat and Ellen Theodora Pediatric and Young Adult Pavilion. It's located in the recently renovated Hunt Tower. The Theodoras donated $2.5 million to the unit that will mark the final phase of a $40 million renovation to the Donald and Priscilla Hunt Tower. The third-floor unit will have 17 spacious private rooms, a playroom, along with space for Torrance Loves Children, a hospital-based sick child care program for employees and community members. Hospital staff talked about how the changes, including one entrance to the facility and more personal areas, will help them. Parents, including the Theodoras, shared their children's experiences at Torrance Memorial Medical Center and say the donation is to honor the doctors and nurses.
The fact that the children are going to be able to come when they come in here, when parents come in here in crisis with their children, that they'll have this beautiful facility with the great doctors and nurses and staff here to help them out.
We kind of talked about it, and I mean, most kids don't go through without having a visit here, and I think, you know, we had a couple pretty traumatic times that we came with our kids, and we wanted to do something, and we kind of talked about which we could do this or we could do that, and this is where we ended up going.
We wanted to give our patients, especially our eating disorder patients and our pediatric patients, a very special place to receive care, and care that the nurses are so proud to give. And having a unit that reflects the freshness and the newness of all the new technologies out there really speaks to our values and what we can do for our community.
8 of the beds will be dedicated to the hospital stabilization program, which provides acute care services for adolescents and young adults who are experiencing eating disorders. Staff says the improvements, such as the new dining space, will help improve the patient's recovery. Pat Theodora is a member of the Torrance Memorial Foundation as well. The Hunt Tower is also the new home to neonatal intensive care units that offer 25 private rooms. And before we go, here are some upcoming events to mark on your calendars. On Wednesday, October 31st from 4 to 8 p.m. at Wilson Park, the city's annual Halloween Carnival will be underway. There will be a costume parade at 6:30 p.m. You can enjoy family-friendly alternatives to trick-or-treating, photo area, and crafts. It will take place rain or shine. Dogs and pets are not allowed at this event. Then you can enjoy a performance by the United States Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus in Torrance on Monday, November 5th at El Camino College Center for the Arts. The performance starts at 8 p.m. and tickets are free to the public. And let's go out to the sports desk where Danny and Cedric are hard at work keeping up with the Torrance sports scene. What do you have for us?
Hey Torrance, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. We got Friday Night Lights ×2 coming at you, and we have all the results.
The CIF playoffs for volleyball are underway, and we caught up with the Saxon girls tennis team.
We have the Sports Desk Player of the Week, then we hit the college campus for some action, and then we catch some waves with the Torrance Tartars.
Don't forget to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance City Cable. Jin, back to you.
Thanks so much. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.